Man Productions, and here we are with Stu Rankins at the METCA booth again here in Edison, New Jersey at the Greenberg Train Show. So you have some new product in, don't you, Stu?
We do. So first of all, again, DACman viewers, welcome. Thank you for all the positive feedback, not just for me, but for Sean's channel. Really appreciate that. For new product, yes, since we last talked at Allentown, we do have a couple of things in new. Recently delivered, as in a couple days ago, from MTH, the 4-bay hoppers. We did these in both a silver version and a black version. As we all know, your favorite Tennessee whiskey is filtered through charcoal. That's one of the unique aspects of this brand. So, and people often wonder, Stu, it's a coal hopper. What does coal have to do with Tennessee whiskey? And the answer is nothing, but charcoal has everything to do with Tennessee whiskey. So this isn't a load of coal up here. This is a load of charcoal. And you can tell that because we have that lettering right there on the hopper, charcoal loading only.
Oh.
So silver version, black version. If you pre-ordered from us these, don't worry, we just got them in 2 days ago, so we haven't shipped them out yet. It'll be a couple of weeks until we end up shipping them out, so sometime in April you'll have these in your hands. And if you haven't ordered them, you can go online and order them now, and when we do ship that first batch of pre-orders out, you'll be included in that batch of cards.
So Stu is not selling your train from your pre-order?
No, if you pre-ordered, I did not bring it to the show. It's back home. It's safe and sound. The other new arrival is a Penn Central RS1 from MTH.
Wow.
This is Rail King, but it's really part of their Rail King scale line, meaning it used to be Premier way back when, but as the level of detail evolved in Premier, this got relegated down.
Demoted.
Demoted is a great word. Demoted down to their Rail King scale line. So perfectly scale, just the level of detail. There is a ton of add-on, separately applied detail, like those metal railings. You would rarely see that in Rail King, but that's the leftovers of it used to be Premier. So we did these in two versions.
Okay.
The version that has the all white PC worm logo, and we also did a different road number in the version that has the red P. Oh. So again, as I've said before, we don't typically just change road numbers on items.
Right.
We like to do something in addition to changing a road number.
Okay.
So one road number has the all white PC, the other road number has the red P PC logo.
Okay.
So those are in stock, and you always love quantities and whatnot.
Yeah.
We have one of the red P version left, and we have 3 of the all-white PC logo.
That's it?
That's it. So everybody who has pre-ordered these has theirs already. Those have all been shipped out. So now it's first come, first served based on what we have left in stock.
Right, right.
Let's keep on walking down this way, Sean. Now we're going to transition into Lionel and our new recent Lionel arrivals. We're going to start off with our Susquehanna SD70M. Now I know what you might be thinking, but Stu, those were in the Volume 2 catalog from 2024. Lionel did them. Well, quick bit of history. In real life, Susquehanna had 4 road numbers here. We did an MTH Rail King version in all 4 road numbers, but in Lionel did 2 road numbers, both powered. Is that? Oh, I thought it was my friend Kevin Quinn, but we have Art of Art's Models Trains. Introduce yourself, Art.
Look, I said I was going to behave myself, but this guy jumps in, Sean. What kind of BS is that?
Art never said he was going to behave himself.
I didn't sign any contracts. Guys, I'm behaving. He's not. I'm out.
Introduce myself. I'm Art from Art's Model Trains. I think you've already covered that.
Okay, so my bad.
And watch his show So tell everybody about your show.
Oh yeah, we have 3 Rails 4 Dads. It's a monthly YouTube podcast. So check us out, 3 Rails 4 Dads on YouTube and Instagram.
It's a great podcast. Make sure you guys tune into that.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, no
All right,
problem.
guys, have fun.
All
Thanks,
right, we'll
Art.
see.
So as I was saying, Lionel did 2 road numbers in their catalog, both powered. But a lot of people say, well, I don't need 2 powered locomotives. You know, it's a lot of money to get 2 powered legacy locomotives. So we did a road number that Lionel didn't do, one of the 2 non-Lionel used road numbers, still prototypical. We did it in a dummy version. So if you want to double head your locomotives, but you want to save some money by having 1 powered and 1 dummy with a different road number, we have these in stock. Again, all of our SD70s that I'm about to talk about have all been delivered to our customers and are in their hands. And so now we're down to whatever we have left over.
Well, there's actually a more, I understand there's a more political name for this. And some people have politically called this a non-powered partner.
A non-powered partner. I'm gonna stick with dummy. So, and let me clarify. Yeah, it does. And I want to clarify, when I use the word dummy, I want to clarify what dummy means, because non-powered would imply no motors, but you could still have lights and things like that. It's just non-powered. This is not. While it's non-powered, it's even less featured than a traditional non-powered. There are no pickup rollers on this. This is a pure dummy. There's no lights in it. There's no nothing. It's a shell on a frame. And it is nice, though, that it does have operating couplers.
Okay.
Yes, thumbtack operating couplers, because there's no rollers, there's no electronics. A lot of people just think that it's going to come with dummy couplers, which it could for a dummy locomotive, but no, it does have thumbtack operating couplers, but no sounds, there's not even a piece of wire inside this thing.
Then others would call that a fancy boxcar.
It's funny you say that. In my head, I was thinking of saying, essentially, it's a big boxcar.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what a dummy, that's why you use the term dummy. Instead of non-powered partner. Hit you upside the head.
Hey, I'm just saying what other people say, you know.
So let's move on to our Battleship inspired SD70s.
Oh wow, those are beautiful.
So these, as I think I might have mentioned when we only had artwork for these, so probably 6-9 months ago, we have the drawings from the Navy showing the camouflage scheme that was actually put on the USS California? I guess USS is the right term to put in front of it, and the Battleship Tennessee. So the graphics on both of these are different because in real life, the actual battleships had different camouflage schemes. So the California is powered, legacy equipped, so has all your standard legacy features.
Okay.
The Tennessee, I'd like to call it a non-powered partner, but I'm not politically correct, so I'm going to call it a dummy because, again.
Okay, so it's a full dummy. It's not a, a super base.
Nope, not a super base. Not a super base. Again, a super base and a powered unit are almost the same cost.
Yeah.
To hit a certain price point for the 2-unit set, if we made this a super base, it would have been above a certain price point. To have the 2-unit pair where we wanted it, we went with the it's a fancy big boxcar.
Okay.
Just some neat features. Again, the deco on the roof is different.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the deck of the Battleship was painted this ocean blue, ocean green, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But the gun turrets on the California were painted a dark gray. The gun turrets on the Tennessee were painted a light gray. The gun barrels on the Tennessee were painted a light gray. So those two lines you see there are the actual barrels of the guns on the gun turret. Same thing from the side somewhere here.
Okay.
These are the two gun turrets that were on the forward deck of the Tennessee. So they were painted a different color than the hull of the Battleship. So those are the gun turrets pointing out the front of the Battleship.
Okay, and one other question I have is there any special sound features on the sound version or on the
Yeah,
powered
so on the powered, it has the machine gun sounds as one of the bells. So if you just hit on your remote the bell button, give it a quick hit once, you get a single gunshot sound. If you hold it down, you get like an automated machine gun sounds, and I'd embarrass myself if I did it online. So you get that sound if you hold the bell button down. You get a single shotgun sound if you just tap your bell button. For the horn, one of the horns is the air raid siren.
Oh, cool.
So those are sounds that we've included on other locomotives previously. So we've recycled them for these locomotives.
Are you selling these as a pair or separately?
So you could buy either way. Again, it's up to the customer. You could buy just the powered unit if you want.
Okay.
You could buy just the dummy unit if you want. But we do offer a discount combo price if you do buy two units together. The majority of people are buying the two units together.
And it would only make sense.
It does. I'll be honest with you. Most of the single California units have shipped to California. Most of the people that order only the Tennessee, they live in Tennessee. Most people in the 48 other states end up getting the two-pack.
The two-pack. How much is it together?
The two-pack is $9.99, including shipping.
Oh, wow.
Yep, so you're getting a full legacy-equipped diesel with a non-powered unit for under $1,000. If you wanted both powereds, you'd probably be looking at $1,200–1,300.
Yeah.
So we wanted to stay below that $1,000 mark for the two-pack.
And how many of these did you make?
We made 50 of each of these.
Okay.
Susquehanna dummy, we made 40 of those.
Okay.
We made 50 of the battleships, and it leads into, I'm going to say our final one, but it's not really our final SD70. The final one that we still have, we made 60 of the Hellcat version. Again, this one has sounds, the machine gun sounds and the air raid siren. This is one, and you might have to get in super close, Sean, but just like the real airplane that the Navy had, there's a little bit of overspray between the dark blue and the medium blue. Likewise, there's a little bit of overspray between the medium blue and the gray on the bottom. It's pretty subtle. You have to get up close to see it. And I mentioned this when we first had the artwork for this. That's because in real life, they were just in a hurry to apply the paint. They didn't have time to mask a nice, crisp, straight line. They're like, let's get these planes in the air to do the job. So this Hellcat is actually called the cat mouth version, or the cat eye version, because this isn't shark teeth and whatnot. It's meant to represent a cat. If you go onto our website, METCA.org, and you go to the store, when you see this item in the store, there's a link to a YouTube video that talks all about the history of this paint scheme and the nose art, and how the Admiral, I think, of the Navy was very much against nose art. So when he saw a handful of planes that had this scheme on it, that the pilots applied themselves, he put a quick halt to that process, and those graphics were removed. So the tri-color scheme was applied to a lot of airplanes. The cat mouth deco graphics was applied to a very small number of planes for a very short amount of time before the Admiral said, we don't do that here in the Navy.
Yeah, when you first said Hellcat, my first thought was the Dodge Hellcat.
Yeah. That's a beast of an automobile, and the Hellcat airplane was a beast of it. Some other fun little features, obviously the V for victory in Europe. We have that on there. And we like to do additional lettering elsewhere. So on this one, we have a bunch of things that we've included elsewhere, talking about, exhaust and whatnot. My favorite fun little feature is people say, well, what are you talking about? You have machine gun sounds. You can't have any you can't have any guns there. Well, hello, if we have a loading area for our 50 caliber ammo, well, of course you have to have the gun sounds to go with it.
Yes.
So all fun little subtle details, all little Easter eggs, if you will, that we put in there and hide.
Those are always fun.
And then the one SD70 that you don't see here is our Milwaukee Road Hiawatha SD70. It's not here because we don't have any left. Sold out on I think we had 2 left when they finally came in. Art, who you saw a minute ago, done a video on one, and when people saw it and how well it matches the Hiawatha set that Lionel came out with a few months ago, the steam locomotive with the passenger cars, the colors are like a dead-on match. As soon as people saw the colors and how well they turned out, those last couple of units sold. So we're sold out of the Hiawatha one.
Speaking of sold out, okay?
Yeah.
People are begging me.
Hi, Ted.
Hey, saying, hey, Sean, can you see if... I said, I don't think so, but I'll try. But I don't think it's going to happen. But people are begging, Sean, can you see if Stu has any Berwicks left?
Again, sold out. And the Berwicks are a perfect example. Everybody that pre-orders from us gets the item. 100% of the time. I don't care if it's a Berwick, I don't care if it's a Milwaukee Road Hiawatha SD70. When you pre-order, you get the item. It's just as simple as that. Oftentimes, people come. Like now, people are coming out of the woodwork for the Hiawatha SD70. Well, it's been on our website for 9 months. Everybody had the opportunity to buy it. So when you pre-order, whether it's rolling stock, engines, anything, you always get it. We always deliver. For those folks who want to wait until it comes in, you run the risk of it being sold out. So Berwick's gone. Milwaukee Road Hiawatha SD70 gone. Probably about half of our items sell out on pre-order before they ever come to a show. Because remember, we have to put our quantity in with the manufacturer.
Yes.
Oftentimes before we even announce the item. And we're not in the business to carry inventory. We're not a store. We're not a retail dealer. It's a very different business model. So we do small quantities. We might do a wide variety of projects, but we do small quantities of each one. If you pre-order, you get it. If you go to the website and it's there and the website accepts your order, it means our quantity was enough to accept that.
And they were hoping, they understand about the pre-order part, that maybe perhaps somebody said, nah, I'm out. I don't want to buy it after all.
When people saw them and there is still the whole Berwick craze, no. So we, as I've said before, we usually hold back 1 or 2 of things in case anything gets lost or damaged in shipment. So we did the same with the Berwicks, but our waiting list for the Berwicks was about 10 people long for 1 or 2 that we had left over. So those 1 or 2 that we held back for lost or damage, luckily we didn't need them. We pride ourselves on doing a great job of packing things, not just slapping labels on things. So rarely do we need to use those holdbacks for lost or damage. In the case of the Berwicks, we didn't need them. So the first 2 people on the waiting list got their cars. We always go by date order.
And so that leads me to a little off-subject question. So what is your take? Why do you think the Berwick, people are going so crazy over a Berwick car, which is basically just a box car, what makes this so in demand and so popular that people have to have it? And I've been thinking about this and wondering myself.
I don't have the answer. If you want to know what I think, it's a neat looking box car. So I think there's a few things about it. The way it sits down low on the trucks. A lot of our 3-rail trains, they call them high water. They sit up high.
Yes.
The Berwicks nestle down over the truck. Half of the wheels look like they're tucked up under the car. So it's a very prototypical look. It's a very interesting looking box car. It's not just smooth, flat sides. I'll call it a waffle side car, and it's not the right term, probably. You know me, I'm not Mr. Prototypical, but it's not just a flat-sided box car. There's a lot of those panels that go in and out. The doors are cool looking, even though they don't open. The doors are cool looking because there's a lot of detail on them. So it's a detailed car. Well, it's a 60-foot car, so it's bigger than most cars. It's not one of these 80-foot cars, which is an absolute, and you have some, Sean, 86-foot box cars or something. They're massive.
Yes.
I think the Berwicks are that nice middle ground. Scale, big, but not too big.
Right.
But other than my opinion, which is worth what your viewers just paid for it, I have no idea why the Berwicks are so popular.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going crazy over them right now, and such a case that a lot of them are ending up on eBay, including METCA exclusives, for anywhere from $200 to $300 a shot.
Yeah. I mean, and again, this just goes back to pre-order and the waiting list. We're not here to gouge anybody, and maybe gouge isn't the right term. We don't have to make a huge profit on everybody. We have our tiny little markup built into these projects. We do them for fun. We do them to do something different and interesting. So we make our little piece on it. And so yes, after delivery, those 2 extra sets that we had, I could have thrown them on eBay and made a huge thing, but it's not always I value loyalty more than money. So the customers that routinely buy from us time after time, I value their loyalty. I want them to have the items at the original pre-order price. It's not always about the money.
Right.
But yeah, so cars that we were selling for like $189 or $199 for the pair, for a 2-car set, $199. Our chassis ones just went on eBay. Somebody sold them over $300 each.
Yes.
So their $200 investment turned into $600. Great, good for them. Listen, I had 48 of each to sell. That person only had 1 of each to sell. A lot easier to sell 1 of each at a premium than 48 of each.
Yes.
I couldn't do that. So that's why we do our little small markup on the Berwicks. One last new in-stock item.
Yes.
Our last new item here are Lionel steel side reefers. So again, this was from 2024 volume 2. Lionel did hot box reefers.
Yeah.
Okay, well, think of a dummy, a non-powered partner hot box reefer. That's what these are. Hot box reefers, but with nothing inside.
No sounds.
There's no sounds, there's no pickup rollers, there's no lights, there's no smoke units. These are just box cars, and that's what they are, actually. Again, you know, it's one thing to do a $300 hot box reefer. For the quantities that we have to do, I didn't think we sell enough, so we said let's just do a plain dummy reefer version without any of those features at a more attractive price point. If you've been watching Sean's channel and any of the prior METCA videos, we do a lot of Texas special stuff. We do a lot of Aberdeen, Carolina, and Western stuff. So these just seem like a natural fit, and all of our Texas special customers and all of our Aberdeen customers love these. Different thing about this car is we didn't put the Aberdeen, Carolina logo on it. We put the Railway Express logo.
Oh yeah.
Which makes sense because it's a railway post office car.
Yep.
So those parts go nicely together. Fun little tidbit about this car. Just goes to show you, people often say when something comes in and there's a mistake, it's wrong. Well, how does it happen? This car was about a day away from having a mistake on it. So Lionel did the artwork for this. I reviewed it. I gave him a comment or 2. They revised the artwork. I approved the artwork. It goes to the factory. The factory comes back and says, do you want the word agency actually spelled A-C-E-N-C-Y? And we were like, thank you, factory overseas. But you want to know what? No. Can we change that first C to a G? Lionel, the graphic artist there, is a human. We all know how easy it is to do a typo when you're typing something, and that's just a text box in the graphic artwork. I never caught it. I never zoomed in 1,000% to look at it. My eye knew it was supposed to say agency, even though it was spelled A-C-E-N-C-Y. So thanks to the factory, they caught the mistake that slipped through Lionel, slipped through me. They would have made it that way if we had wanted to, but that goes to quality control. Listen, everybody loves talking about bad quality control, bad. And I could jump on the bad bandwagon if you want, but I also like to point out when the quality control process works.
Yes.
And quality control at the factory, when they were reviewing the artwork to lay it out on the car, they noticed that overseas. They noticed the spelling in the English word and pointed it out to us. So the quality process does work sometimes, folks. They caught the typo on that car.
That's so cool.
And no, for those of you who are thinking, oh, prototype, is there one of a kind with the wrong spelling? No, they caught the typo before they even made the deco plates. So there's no prototype with the wrong spelling on that one. Aberdeen 1, as always, it has our metallic raspberry purple, matches all of the other ones. Sean, you've seen the Aberdeen tank car. Here's the Aberdeen reefer.
All right. So you can see how it matches.
Come on over here, and you've seen it already. Aberdeen hopper, Aberdeen milk reefer, Aberdeen steel side reefer. And these two cars are a really good example of why I didn't put the Aberdeen logo here. It really would have looked like the same as the milk car.
Yeah.
We wanted it to be a little bit different looking.
Yeah.
So not putting the wing logo on there, putting the REA logo, we felt was, just a different touch. So that way people could say, yeah, let's put the two of them next to each other.
Yep.
They complement each other without being a copy of each other.
Yeah, that's true. And you guys can have a great Aberdeen Carolina Western freight set, because Stu had a custom run of the raspberry and yellow locomotive made, which is long sold out.
We're sold out of the locomotives are these. We also did a PS1 boxcar. They are sitting in North Carolina. They're already here. But I told Lionel to hang on to them because we sold a lot of those as a 3-pack. The purple Aberdeen car, the green Aberdeen car, and a silver C&O version. So we need the 3 of those to come at the same time so we can ship them together, because most people bought the 3-pack. And I just approved the deco sample of the C&O car, so they're probably 2 months away. So you'll see those, the other Aberdeen boxcar, in about 3 months, 2-3 months. For those people that pre-ordered these, again, these only came in this week. So if you pre-ordered these, don't worry. Don't think, oh my God, he's selling them at a show and I don't have them. No. Give us a couple of weeks. We'll get these out to you.
So what you're seeing are the leftovers that did not sell on pre-order. So your pre-orders are still sitting safe and at his house.
Some nondescript secure location. We'll put it, we're gonna put it like that. NORAD is in whatever mountain, we got a mountain where we keep our leftover inventory. So folks, don't worry, if you pre-ordered these, you'll get them. Just give us a little bit of time. We didn't ship them yet. So Sean, those are the new items that have come in.
All right. And I'm sure when York, don't forget, METCA is going to be at the Spring York Show.
Yep.
And you'll have some new announcements to show us then as well.
Yeah, so this video is long enough. So yeah, why don't we cover the new announcements that we did in conjunction with Lionel's 2025 Volume 1 catalog. We'll cover those at York. That way will give us a nice video at York. Anybody that wants to see what they are, again, go to METCA.org, go to the store, scroll to the bottom, you'll see our newest announcements. Also by York, our Panama Canal SD40 should be in early April. So with luck, it'll arrive, as always, a day or two before I leave for York. But there is a chance it won't even make it in time for York. But if it does, it's going to be last minute.
Okay, sounds good, and we'll see you in York.
Thanks, Sean. Everybody, hit the like button down below. Even if you don't like me, like it for Sean's algorithm. It helps him out. Thanks, everybody.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And so people say, well, why do you have that Tennessee whiskey on a coal hopper? Well, folks, this isn't coal. This is charcoal. And you can tell because right there it says charcoal loading only.
Nice.
Always, the public announcements come at the wrong time.
In order to be eligible, you must fill out the online registration located in the office in the lobby.
You need to put some music interlude here.
Yeah.
If you purchase a locomotive, be sure to
They'll never hear you over this.
to ensure that it works.
I learned that before.
Also, if you wish to
And if you want, we could just start over.
No, you're fine. Because what I'll do is I'll just split it. They'll never know. You know, it'll look like boom, and you'll just move
So,
on.
should I redo the charcoal part? Was that when the announcements were going?
So after that's over, it won't hurt the
I'll
metro.
start with the charcoal again.
Start with the charcoal.
And that way, if you have to cut it from here or cut it from there.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. That way we're back on track again. Good. All right.